Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. We are in Bedrock Edition, beta 1.8.0.8 and I've labelled this video as a Minecraft 1.14 preview. Obviously we are not in the Java edition, but based on what was told at Minecon, I suspected that there were going to be two updates, the Village and Pillage being 1.15 and before the end of this year a 1.14 release, which we have all of the features I suspected would be in that for in this update on the Bedrock edition. So I'm putting together this preview video for you. Those four features are pandas, bamboo, cats, and also scaffolding. We're going to check them all out in this video. The first thing that we're going to check out is the cats. I've actually got one of them over here that's been tamed. As you can see, it gets a collar around its neck when you've tamed it. And do you know what? I'm going to try something out quickly because you can do this on dogs. Let's go and grab a die and actually just click on this fella and see if we can... Oh, we can change it! Awesome! That's amazing! So you can dye the collars. We just learned something together right there. Anyway, let's go and check out these cats. I've spawned them all and we've got all of the 9 different types over there. I'd also want to spawn a few more because... look, cute and adorable baby kittens. It's the best thing ever to be added to Minecraft. Look how cute and adorable it is. By the way, if you kill these cats, which of course you would never do, and I haven't done, definitely haven't, they drop string, just so you know. Just so you know. So over here we have the 9 different types of cats. And I'm just going to walk by them and you can check them out. I've got a couple of favourites. One of them is this. I like the colour of its eyes. This sort of redishness in the middle looks interesting. And this one right here, I'm calling it the Spooky Halloween cat. I love it. That is an awesome looking cat. And this one here has different coloured eyes, which I think is lovely. And so those are the 9 cats. Now, at Minecon, they sort of said that there were 8 different designs, or at least the graphic they showed, that there were 8 cats and then there would be a 9th community-picked one. At the moment, with 9 different skins, maybe it means there's going to be a 10th cat picked by the community. So we got the 3 originals here if you didn't spot them, and then of course there are 6 other new skins. Now the cats have been separated from ocelots, so if I go and spawn in a couple of ocelots, you can see we still get the baby ones, and we get the adult ones as well. In fact, I want to have a few of these mobs around me for a moment, because I'm going to hold this, they're all going to come towards me, but what I would like to do is be in survival game mode, so, well, it looks like I moved too fast. So it's not just your movement as a player, it's your mouse movements as well. Always be very steady. Now if I go and feed the ocelot, it will get these love hearts, it will eat the food over and over again, and then it won't run away when I move fast. And if I tame a cat like this, sometimes it takes more than one feed, but it gets a collar. And there you go, I moved too fast or I did something wrong. So as you can see, this one is cool with me. I'm not sure how long this effect lasts for, and I don't know if the hearts are a bug, but that's the new behaviour of the ocelot. And I briefly interrupt this video just to say, if you're watching me for the first time and you want to keep up to date with all future updates of Minecraft, then consider subscribing. This cute, adorable panda approves. So let's move on to bamboo, which currently isn't actually added in the wild. So we know these are going to be in jungles, and I was going to go and... I think the panda likes the bamboo that's in my hand. But yes, I was going to go find a jungle and see if it had its own like mini biome of bamboo forest or something like that, but it hasn't been added in that form into the game yet. So it can be found inside of loot chests, and you can get it from fishing as well at the current state of the game. But in the future, they're actually going to add it so it spawns naturally. So I've been doing some experiments, and it turns out these things grow to be about 12 to 15 blocks tall, and watching them grow is kind of interesting. So first of all, we place down the bamboo, we get a bamboo sapling, and then we can grow this thing and it turns into actual bamboo, and it's got these little leaves at the top, and then we grow it again, the leaves go up, and then you can see the size of the hitbox of this thing just got a little bit bigger, and then it doesn't get any bigger than that, and then the leaves start to spread upwards, and it can grow from about 11 to 16 blocks tall. That is actually by far the tallest one yet, and it started lower down. I think that makes it 16 or 17 blocks, but we don't need to know the exacts right now. This is affected by, you know, the random tick speed of the game, so if I just go back through the commands there, you can see these are all growing. So the random ticks affect it growing as well, and we can use bone meal to grow it. as you just saw. But to harvest the bamboo plant, what you got to do is just break it at any point, and then all the blocks above it fall back down again. But notice how there isn't a sapling. I also haven't tested if it will continue growing, but my suspicion is once the leaves are off, it's not going to grow. However, with bone meal, we can indeed do that. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So even if all the leaves are punched up, the plant can actually continue growing. Well, that's fascinating, and I think I know what's the best way to farm this already, right? If you've been watching our Hermitcraft Season 6 series, I built a kelp farm using flying machines on there. It was an absolute beast for producing kelp. And I think pretty much the same thing is going to apply here, right? You can lay all your bamboo down on the ground in a row. Your flying machine is going to come across and it's going to knock all of these off, and then it's just a case of finding a way to pick up the items, which will probably be with hopper minecarts underneath the ground or something. Although I guess there's like a slim possibility that the bamboo could land on top of this block, but then it would grow and probably knock that item out to the side. So some ideas as to how we could farm the bamboo. And also I wanted to mention you can use this to craft scaffolding. So if I go into here and just do that and put a little bit of string at the top, that recipe right there creates 6 scaffolding, and also you can craft sticks with the bamboo. By the way, the reason we're in a village is because that's where you'll find cats naturally. Forgot to mention that earlier on. I also want to talk about the bamboo a little bit more before we move on to the scaffolding. This has a unique property. When you place it down, it kind of gets a random location in the block, right? And then when you grow it, it goes through several different stages of having a different sized hitbox. Now, hitbox can be useful in the technical aspects of the game for building farms and stuff like that. And the fact that you have this kind of adaptive hitbox size and a randomization placed on each block, I find that kind of unique. And I like it when they add something and they find a way to make it unique, and then possibly that can lead to having some unforeseen uses, which is always cool. But anyway, let's go and check out the scaffolding block. This is super interesting. Placing it in creative mode is kind of easy, you know, just place one on the side of the other, and then if you try and interact with it, you actually fly through it, which I thought was really strange at first. Why am I flying through this? So if we go into survival mode, we will find out exactly why. This block acts like a ladder, so you hold down spacebar and you go up through it. You hold down shift and you go down through it as well. And I'm not sure if I entirely like that interface, because sometimes you like to naturally hold shift on the edge of blocks, which seems to be so when there's nothing underneath the block that you're standing on. If I hold down shift here, I actually go down. So it's a bit of give and take, and I think this is just one of those blocks that you're going to have to learn the quirks of and get used to. It's not entirely intuitive, but it does have its uses. It seems to have a limit as to how far you can place things from the center as well. As you saw there, the block fell down, so it can act like a gravity block as well, which I find very interesting. We can jump up though, we can keep going upwards at this point, and I held down shift because I wanted to place a block on the side, so I can't hold down shift on this one. If I put a block here, it falls down. If we put it on this side, it's technically closer to the center, although it's not. So this one, if I place one there, yep, it's fine, and then there it falls down. So there is some sort of way that it calculates how far away these are, and then they will fall down. When it comes to breaking this stuff, it's pretty easy to break, and all the blocks above it that are attached to it will fall down with it, and then you can collect it all up. Pretty cool, right? I think it's a good block. I think maybe one or two things about it will need to be tweaked, but as always, Mojang listens to the community, they take feedback, and I imagine they'll make some adjustments. Also, the look of this thing, I'm not sure if I like it entirely. It's alright. But hey, it is what it is, and I think I've shown you just about everything there is to know on the scaffolding block. I am currently trying to locate a jungle biome to see pandas in their natural habitat, and I stumble upon this. Spruce leaves, and in my hand you can see that they are green, but over here in this snowy biome, this is new. This might just be a Bedrock thing, but this is entirely new to me. And I gotta say, if that is a 1.14 change, I think it looks pretty gorgeous. So after a long time searching for a jungle, I created a new world because there are seed options in this edition of the game, and one of those was to spawn at a jungle temple. So I have been searching for pandas. I found them in their natural environment, and I've been messing around with them, and there isn't too much to learn at this point in time. They have some behaviors. Rolling around is one of them, sitting up is another, and bamboo. They love the bamboo, but you right click on them, it doesn't seem to do anything. And if you have a baby panda, which we did have in the area, the bamboo will help it grow up quickly, and you will see some particle effects around it. Now, there are different types of panda. This seems to be the regular and most common one right here. You get one that's sticking its tongue out at you, another that has snot dripping out of its nose, and then you have the evil-eyed panda right here. If you attack this panda in survival mode, it will hit you back for 1.5 hearts of damage. If you hit the other ones, they just tend to wander off and they're not too concerned. So I'm trying to show you, there you go, there's a snot-nosed panda right there, which is just hilarious, and let's spawn in a couple more. Hopefully you can find one with the tongue sticking out. Ha! Finally, you are sticking your tongue out at me. So that is one of the other types of panda. Here's the baby panda, and let's give it some bamboo, and you can see it gets particle effects around it. And I don't know how much, there you go, that much, till it grows into an adult. And as interesting as this mob is, I haven't really learned anything else about it at this point, so hopefully there is more to know. Otherwise, it feels like it's a very ambient, environmental mob, as you can't really tame it as your own pet. However, you can use the bamboo to lure it, so you could, of course, capture it that way. Last of all, I'd like to mention that the new features shown in the Minecon panel for add-ons that essentially allows you to create your own mobs with their own behaviors, spawning conditions, and add them into the game. But that is part of this update, but it's going to take a long time for me to figure out exactly what to do to show you some custom mobs. I may not even have the time to go down that road. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the video on your screen for the 1.14 and 1.15 information from Minecon Earth 2018. As you've probably guessed, that's it from me this video. If you have enjoyed it, then leave a like. As always, thank you for the support on the videos, and I will see you soon with another one. So ciao for now. Bye bye.